my Zentangle friends. My name is Emmy. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. I'm really thrilled to be here with you today. It is such a pleasure, and I'm enjoying this journey very much. And I'm sure I can tell because you're back that you are too. And that's a good thing, isn't it, for all of us? This is the week of Thanksgiving, and it's the 25th already, Tuesday. This bit more fun. You're gonna love this pattern, and you probably already know it. So that's part of the fun too, is reliving something that you have done before. And if it's new to you, that's fun too. So we're doing the pattern called Bales, and let me show you a couple of examples that I have before we get started. So I did this quite a while ago as a mono tangle. It's all bales, and then I have a giant bale that I've cut out in the middle. Just an idea for you in case you want to, extend what we study today a little further, because that's our job, is just to learn how to do our patterns. This is another one that I had a lot of fun with a very long time ago. And what I like about this is I was showing people the different treatments that they could put inside bales. Here's another one. So there's just, and then doing a line, and maybe like I did the rice grains, finishing the rice grains off. These are all Zentangle patterns. And it was actually a demonstration that I did a while ago of how to Zentangle, or how to Zentangle these patterns. An intro class is what I'm saying very badly. Oh, you're so kind. Thanks for working with me. So if you need a Christmas present, let me see if I can get this closer without compromising too much. The Book of Zentangle is a book that is not a coffee table book. If you don't already have it, I would highly recommend it. You can get it from Zentangle.com. You can get it off Amazon. This is a book that's a wonderful Bible to have with so many of the patterns, how to do them, and great ideas. So I just had to share it with you. If I can, I will put a link to it in the description box. I will valiantly try. So hope that works out for you. And anyway, there's another one called a primer, and I will put that in there too. Again, given the fact that I can find it. It doesn't always work out as well for me. My intentions are good. Okay, let's get a little closer now. Now that we're past that, I'm getting to the bottom of my list, and I'm sure if you're following along with me, you are too. Today, I'm focusing, it being Thanksgiving week and all, on the free things. I'm focusing on the best of life, the hugs that you and I get, the smiles, thank you again, the friends, we are friends, the kisses from my sweet husband and my children, family, what we're going to share this week, I hope. The quality of sleep I can get. I love it when I wake up after a good night's sleep. Laughing is huge, and good memories. So that's just a few of my favorite free things. I'm sure that you can go ... and add to it on and on. Grab your card or whatever you're working with, and we will, of course, do the pattern twice. This is a grid pattern, and as such, I'd rather work in this direction. So I'm going to put a series of smallish orbs with my pen. I'm going to create maybe a grid of about 4 by 4. You can work along with me in real time, or you can stop this. You can stop me anytime. Pause me, whatever you need to do to complete your grid. You notice that my sizes are not perfect. That's because I am not perfect, and nor is our work. And that is the way it's meant to be, is that we are not doing perfect work. We're doing progress. That's what we're always focusing on, is progress. And I certainly am doing my best for you. And I know nobody ever tries to get it wrong, but Mary Poppins, I have been told, lives down the road. She's not here. Okay, this is the fun part. If you can do a C, you have this. So I am going to kind of turn my work on a slant so that I can work for you with a C. And then I'm going to connect here to here with another C. Connect again with another C. I'm going to do this in all 4 rows. Although it might be easier for you to see a completed one. Let's just complete one. Walk before we run. Under C. There we go. And now let's do this row. And a C, creating a rice grain. We'll be doing this 2 more times, so I will speed this up. And I will see you in a second. Now that we've got that done, that part of the grid, we're going to turn our work and we're going to do the same thing in this direction. So I'm going to create a C on each of these, hopping from C to C. Come along like this on the underside of your C. Do it again. And then you can complete the rest on your own. See you in a minute. Oh, isn't that fun? It is so fun and easy to do. So the next thing I want to do with this very fun grid is, this is really the pattern, okay? This is really the essence of it. But you can definitely, if you put whiskers, those little tiny ones, in each of these areas, you really don't need to do a lot with shading. So this can function as your shade. Does that make sense, I hope? And I'm going to do that with all of these, top and bottom, all the sides. So again, put me on pause. And we will continue to draw together. See you in a minute. Okay, now that we're back at the beginning, we can make cross lines. We can go both ways. So if I was to do a cross line on this, I would go very tightly on the inside like that. And then I would do another one underneath like this. You see how I'm squeezing those in? And then again, I will do those cross pieces so that I can do, and I'll have them all, make sure they all go in the same direction. One will go on top, the other will go underneath, although, you know, you can vary that as well. And there are so many extra treatments you can do with this. Let's finish this much, get a little shading on this, and then we'll go to the circles. See you in a minute. So, isn't that just the prettiest pattern? Oops, I think I forgot that one. If you look around, all of a sudden they pop off the page to you, don't they? There are a lot to put that is just perfect shading in my opinion. That said, you can certainly add more, and I do like to add a little bit of a treatment because we can. Just a cute little thing along here. It's just fun. No, we don't have to do this, but you know, extra quality, right? Just gives it a little tiny bit more of a finished look. This is just little mini fescues. And I think they just doll it up a bit. I hope you're able to do that if you want. And if you don't want, I hope you're just enjoying whatever you're doing there. It's all good. I can see so many wonderful uses for a pattern like this, can't you? It is so pretty. Just to make a mono tangle like the sample I showed you, that's fun too. They look like little sunflowers on the side to me. So We do want to put a tiny bit of shading, even though I'm not sure that we need it. I would like to put a little, like here and here, on top of the whiskers. But as I mentioned to you, I'm not sure you really need shading if you have done these whisker shapes. Still, let's get a finished product because this is kind of a keepsake for us. And we'll add as many as we can. It does, shading always can go quickly. Not always, but can. See what we got going on here. If I turn my work, I can tell what I got going on a little easier. I know I mentioned that to you, and I need to remember it for myself. They're just like flowers in the middle, aren't they? So this is an oldie but a goodie. And as we're just finishing up here, I want to do a shout out to Aletha and her mama. And thank you, the two of you, for enjoying my videos so much. I love the comments. I love that I make you laugh while we're working together. I don't think I like anything more than drawing together and just enjoying the moment. So I appreciate you. Just lovely. It is definitely a keepsake in itself. So, well, let's go over to our circle and decide what we're going to put in here. I believe that I'm going to do a very similar thing to what I did before, but maybe on a little more of a curve this time. I think a curve would be more fun. Use any one of your smaller ones that you have left. And I know you have a few. So I'm going to use my pencil as a guide so that I'll make sure to do a nice curve. So having my work in front of me is always a good idea. And I think also on this one, I want to kind of, whoops, how's that going to work? That's the problem with doing these big ones, isn't it? Okay. And then I'm going to, actually, these are called perfs if you're interested in Zentangle world speak. Now I'm going to come down and make them here too. That way everything is going to line up a little better. This is a really special thing we're doing. So I want to do our best, right? Of course we do. We always do our best. And that always changes, depending on what kind of lemonade we have going on, like I did before. Obviously, this is going to be a partial. And here's another one, and another, and another. And then the bottom C's. Close it up. Let's do the next row. By doing them on the curve like this, it'll give the illusion that we are going around something a little more. This has been so much fun. I have been enjoying this process very much with you. Drawing together. There's nothing like it, is there? Okay. Every time I make another C, I'm going to dig in a little more. Dig in and go the other direction. And dig in and make those a little bit larger, a little more like flowers now. There isn't much that's going to happen on that little bit there. Let's do it again. Doesn't matter if you make each one individually or if you can make a whole line like we did before. We're going to the same house. It will be fine. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, I'd like to do cross pieces on this, and I don't really know up from down, so I will just say that that is going to be the top one, going that direction. Much smaller piece, and if they're wonky, so much the better. I feel like I have to do these individual. But they're very, very pretty. Here's one that's going to be just the tiniest bit of a partial. I'd like to go the other direction. I believe I have enough room to go underneath with these. Hard to see. There's one. Oh, this is fun. There's one. Can only do a partial on that. Not much to worry about there. Let's look it over a little bit. Isn't this a blast? They're so pretty. I love them. Okay, I do want to put the whiskers in. So let's take a minute and do that. These patterns are so much fun. I want to grab my pencil now and I want to go all the way around the outside. So I'm going to do a really thick line of shade so that this, like some of the others that we've done, are going to turn into a very round shape and give the viewer an idea that this might be a rounded thing. Thick layer of shade, pushing into the corner, the outside edges. I don't think, I'll look at it a little bit later. I really don't think that there's much reason to shade those flowers, the Bales flowers. But I do want to not have a line showing of graphite. I want to try to smudge that out the best I can. I want it dark there, but I don't want it to be a delineated line. Know what I mean? If I see that, I'm going to have to go back in a couple of spots and just add a little tiny bit more graphite, so that it'll graduate out into the flower itself and the paper. Oh my, didn't that turn out beautiful? Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.